Hey, this camera's zoomed in. All right, guys. So I want to quickly share a little bit of a lesson, a little bit of a $700 lesson I recently learned this week. And if you guys were on the stream any day this week, specifically Monday, you probably will remember this big $700 loss we had on Monday right at the market open. Let me actually start off with a clip here when this whole entire shenanigans went down. So here is the live stream from Monday. Let me go ahead and zoom this in and show you guys the kind of chaos that unfolded. And I'll also be linking somewhere up here a link to the live stream so you guys can always watch it on your own time. So here I go. I'm long the trade. Now, this is where I'm trying to get out. Now, it's a little confusing because this is actually not the screen I'm trading on. I'm trading on a second screen, so you will have to kind of put a little bit of weight on that. So I'm placing an order here to cancel. You don't see my mouse or anything anywhere, so you can kind of see the orders going through here. So we're long this trade, and now the price is going back up. And now the price is going over my limit order.
Why I can't close this position. It's not letting me close. No idea why.
And I'm getting nervous here that it's not letting me close. I'm quickly checking the monitor tab here.
First internet. Now TD giving me issues.
To make sure I'm not in the
this trade should be closed.
Trade.
Don't know why I can't close it.
So you can hear I'm trying to sell good till cancel extended hours. So this should be going through, especially as the price is going over my order. I'm really sure why it's not going through. And the market opens. I try to get out again.
Can't sell my position. I have no idea why. I might not even know this position anymore. It's really hard to say. I don't know if I'm long yet.
I can't get out of this trade. At this point, I pretty much give up trying to get out of the trade. And here you can see me calling TD Ameritrade to try to figure out what's going on. And I was on the phone with them for about 40 minutes. It was quite a hectic little scenario. So let's go actually back here and try to figure out what happened, because I've been on the phone with TD Ameritrade now several times, and yesterday I finally got to the bottom of this issue of exactly what happened, and I want to kind of share it with you guys. So I know that half of us on the live stream are kind of getting aggressive on the market open. The other half, typically myself, is kind of like, okay, I usually don't like to trade the market open. Maybe a red to green move after the first 2-3 candles kind of come in. Otherwise, I'm a little bit more on the cautious side. Ooh, a little bit of an alert here. Okay, so let's talk about what this actual issue was. So there's a thing called the Nasdaq opening and closing crosses. And this, at first, I was like, what is a cross? And when I was on the phone with TD Ameritrade, they were kind of explaining to me that this trade was a little bit out of their control. It was not necessarily a glitch of the TOS platform, which I at first was expecting. It was actually a really specific thing that Nasdaq has set up, and it's called the Nasdaq opening and closing crosses. And at first I was like, okay, well, I read through the quick reference guide, I read through the FAQs, and then I was like, are there any videos about this? And the only video I was able to find is this little video here, Trade Talks Nasdaq Closing Cross. It doesn't have that many views, which is kind of impressive to me. It's such a detailed video, I guess that's why. But I gave it a like here because I found it kind of interesting that somebody was actually shedding some light on this. So basically what happens is at the market open, there needs to be a consensus of price. And after 9:28 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, certain types of orders get absolutely frozen. They just don't go through anymore, because at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time and at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there's a thing called a cross. And that is when Nasdaq takes all the orders and they try to calculate what is the best order, what is the best closing price, what's the best opening price based on all the orders that we have right now. And it's a big amount of orders. If you actually go here to the Nasdaq site, share volume in the Nasdaq crossing network. So this is exactly what happens on the opening and closing crosses. This is the amount of crosses that are going on at the open and then at the close. So you can see their servers are probably pretty busy doing quite a bit of calculations. Now, what specifically happened in my case is if you just come back here to the live stream and we scroll back here a little bit, you can see I actually had my entry at a very interesting spot in this whole shenanigans here.
This might be not like position.
Let's see here. When does the open start? Let's see.
I closed this trade, but I had good till they actually selected.
Okay, so I'm talking about closing this trade at 1:22 minutes before the market opens. That's 9:28:37. So if we go back here to the FAQs, you can see at 9:28 something happens where certain orders kind of stop going through and they're not going to be executed till the market opens. So where I had my mistake is cancel requests of irregular hours of orders day good till cancel, immediate or cancel, market will be pending until the cross occurs, so after 9:30. So what happened with me is I actually, whoops, that's not the video, placed originally a day order, so to get out as day, which obviously does not get executed till after 9:30, which we all know. And when I realized that, which took a few seconds, I canceled that order and then placed a extended hour order. Good till cancel extended. Yeah, and so this is where it gets a little bit, I gotta lean back here. This is where it gets a little bit hairy, because basically what happened is I placed a limit order to sell as a day at 28, like in, I don't know, let's say 15 seconds or so. It was something around that. I realized that a few seconds later, canceled it, and then threw the new extended orders in, which, in my eyes should have went through. And that's what I was trying to figure out. I did about 12 more orders, canceling, replacing, 12 and canceling, replacing in the next 1.5 minutes before the market opened. The problem was that first day order didn't get canceled, because as we are reading here, those orders do not get canceled until the market opens. So now I have kind of this order that I'm trying to cancel, or I thought I canceled. On TD Ameritrade, it shows that it was canceled, because technically that's what's going to happen once the market opens, but it's not allowing any new orders to come in. So that one mistake cost me that $700. At one point, I could have closed out the trade. So a big lesson from this as well is I should have just tried to force the exit at one point, but I've been down this road before where I couldn't close the trade. It happened to me probably 3 or 4 times this year, where TD Ameritrade totally stopped working. So I was under the impression that this was a mistake from TD Ameritrade, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to stop touching anything. God knows what will occur if I manage this position or whatever. So I'm going to get on the phone with TD Ameritrade support and see what they think. Luckily, they picked up right away, and we did manage the position, but then they said this is actually not a mistake on their end, which is true to some extent, although, I mean, this is a giant kind of glitch, more or less to say. So now I kind of have a new rule: do not trade 3 minutes before the market opens, and 3 minutes after the market opens is always one of those kind of, better safe than sorry areas. If I see a really good red to green setup or a breakout pullback and it's all happening in the first 3 minutes, I'll probably still get aggressive. But anything prior to the market open, I'm going to be extremely pause off. So if anything, it's probably like 5 minutes around the market opens. 3 minutes before, 2 minutes after, best to just avoid it. That's where all of my hiccups have come from TD Ameritrade issues, from, now I learned there's Nasdaq opening and closing cross that you want to be really careful with. And just in general, you get a lot of price fluctuation, which is amazing, because as Ross Cameron says, volatility equals opportunity, and that's super true. That's what we're looking for. However, with, platform issues, and now that we know after 9:28, a lot of orders are going to start having issues till the open. You just want to be extra careful there. So do what you will with that information. For me, I have that new rule: 3 minutes to the market open. I'm not going to do any more trading. That really was a little bit of a setback. I mean, at least we learned it, and we only lost, $700. And down the road, when we're trading with $20,000, $50,000 position sizes, that could have been a $7,000 loss plus. So at least it wasn't the worst thing in the world, and we can learn from it, and I could also share the experience with you guys. Well, I'm going to start getting ready for the trading day today. Don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you enjoy the quick little tip video. And if you want to learn more about trading, consider joining us on the live streams from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live every morning. The market is open, and then we trade as a community. It's freaking crazy, and it's getting better and better. So I'll see you guys there. Till then, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.